When it comes to our mental health, we're so often told to just think positive or be stronger. But what if that advice, even when it's well-intentioned, is just completely missing the point? Today, we're diving into a pretty simple but really powerful idea. The brain deserves treatment, not sermons.
So let's kick things off with a piece of advice that I'm willing to bet almost everyone listening has heard before. It usually sounds something a little like this.
Yep, that one. It's always presented as this, more natural, almost morally superior way to get well.
And that's the key, isn't it? Who is they? It's that sort of faceless societal voice that just offers up these really strong opinions like they're facts.
But what does an actual medical expert think about all this? Well, the whole perspective we're digging into today comes from Dr. Prashant, a psychiatrist who deals with the real-world consequences of this kind of thinking, every single day.
And this is really where we get to the absolute heart of the matter. There's this huge unspoken double standard in how we treat the very organ that we're using to think about this right now. And get this, Dr. Prashant points out that when the topic is depression, the conversation stops being about health. All of a sudden, it becomes this ideological battle, almost like people are trying to free you from medicine. And this just lays it out so perfectly. For depression, what do you get? You get a sermon. Be strong, just think positive. But for something like high blood pressure, it's treated like a medical problem. You just take the tablet, that's it. There are no big philosophical speeches, no lectures on willpower. It's just treatment.
So this brings us to a fundamental scientific truth that somehow gets buried under all that noise. Let's just strip away all the judgment for a second and look at the simple, straightforward biology.
Okay, let's break it right down. At our absolute core, we're all biological machines. We all share the same basic human blueprint, right?
And as part of that blueprint, we have organs. We've got a heart, we've got lungs, and we've got a brain. It's not some kind of mystical idea. It is a physical part of our body.
And what does that mean? It means the brain plays by the exact same biological rules as every other organ. It's all about chemicals and electrical signals, and those processes could not care less about our opinions or what society thinks. So here's the most crucial takeaway. The brain is an organ, full stop. And when it's affected by a condition like depression, that's a medical issue. It is not a moral failure, and it is absolutely not a weakness of character.
And to really see just how bizarre this double standard is, let's just do a little thought experiment. What would happen if we took the same logic we apply to depression and used it for other common health problems? I mean, can you even imagine telling someone with diabetes to just, try harder instead of taking insulin? Or telling someone in the middle of an asthma attack to just breathe stronger? It sounds absolutely ridiculous, even dangerous, because we all get that these are biological conditions that need medical care.
But the second the conversation turns to the brain, to depression, all of that common sense just seems to fly right out the window. The rules just completely change. And just like that, we find ourselves right back at this all too familiar instruction. But it lands a little differently now, doesn't it? So this leads us to the ultimate question that the source material leaves us with. Why this discrimination? Why do we treat one organ so differently from all the others? Is it just because we can't see it on an X-ray? Whatever the reason, the double standard is undeniable. Okay, now it is really, really important to be clear about something. This isn't an either-or argument. Nobody is saying that practices like yoga aren't good for you. They absolutely are. The point is that medicine is also a valid, powerful tool for health. They can and often should go hand in hand.
And at the end of the day, that's the bottom line. The brain is an organ. It can get sick, just like any other part of the body. And when it does, it deserves real, evidence-based medical treatment, not judgment. Because when it comes to our health, ideology is simply not treatment.